Hello there, and how are you? My name is Mohindo Mbak, and in this video I'm going to show you how we can create clickable cards. The cards that will have states. For example, if I long press on this card, you'll see that this card will have a state of selected, and if I long press on it, it will look like it is unselected. Likewise to this one. So to any card, I can either select it or unselect it. Okay, and when I click on one button, you have that kind of material, a kind of a repo behind it. Okay, so that's what you're going to do in this video. So I hope you are ready to do this with me. If you are, then let's do it. So first of all, I'm going to create an activity for clickable for the clickable cards. So I'll right click here under the package of card. Right click under the package of card. I'll come to new, and then come to activity, and then click on what? On empty activity. So I'm going to put here cards clickable, or card clickable, clickable. Okay, so I click on finish, and then that will be done. So you're going to go ahead and start by putting this card clickable, or by start linking this card clickable to our main, so that if you open our main card, we should have that open. That option of opening the cards clickable. So I'll simply come to our main navigation here, and I'm going to add another button for opening the cards clickable. So this one will just help us to keep our course organized. So here, open what? Cards clickable. Okay, and then or selectable or clickable, whatever. Okay, so that's it. And then I'm going to press Alt and Enter, and then press Alt and Enter, and then say create a new method. And I'll just come and copy this, click on undo, and then paste this one here, and then this one is going to be clickable or cards clickable activity. So when someone will click on that, will be taken to the cards clickable activity. So I'll go to the cards clickable activity, and then click on split, and then we start doing our job. So remember, I already created this code, so I'll just follow along, and I'll begin by putting action bar. Is it necessary? We can leave it for now. I'm just going to put the linear layout. I'm sure this cannot go beyond a big one screen. It's not scrollable, so I'm just going to make this main parent to be what? To be a linear layout. But for consistency, let us put the action bar, that our project should be consistent, and then I'll paste it there. Okay, so after, I'll go ahead and start implementing this. So let's say scroll, I don't need it. This one's going to be a linear layout with orientation horizontal, and that's our parent linear layout. So you just need to give it a padding of margin large. So you just come here and give it okay, let me create another linear layout here. Okay, so I just paste it here, and then I close that linear layout here. So I hope everything here is self-explanatory. And then I'll go ahead and put the text, this text that is on top, that tells you to long press in order to click on in order to select a card. Sorry, this text here, so that I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll copy it, and then I'll come and paste it here. So it is having why is it not appearing? Orientation here, I've not defined it. Okay, orientation vertical. Good. So here it is having a width of wrap content, height of wrap content, and margin of large, and then it is say long press to check long press to do what? To check the card. long press to checked, whatever. So I'm going to give it a subheading appearance, and then it is having a gray color of 60. Okay, then after doing that, I'll go ahead and start creating our cards. And these cards are going to be, the first two are going to be in a linear layout. I'll not create all of them at once. I'm just going to go step by step. So I begin by creating the linear layout. Okay, I believe everyone can do that, create a linear layout. And then after, I'll go ahead and give a first card. So I'll just copy this card and I will explain everything that is inside that card. You see, this first card. Okay, this first card, it is being surrounded by material repo, so you're going to need another one more library. So I'll just come here and paste this card here. I mean this material here. So material repo, material card view. This is not a material repo, it's a material card view. So to create material card view, you just simply write material card view like this, and then it will be created for you, a whole tag. So I'll give this material card view an up compat. I just press Alt and Enter, and then it will be resolved. I'll give it a width of 0 because I'm going to use the ratio width of weights. Then I'll give it margin across it all of medium, and then I'll make it clickable, and then also check clickable to be true. Okay, checkable and clickable. You see, I make it to be checkable and clickable, and it is a material card component. And then after making it checkable, clickable, and then focusable, I make them true, and then I'll go ahead and give the color of white, or the background color of white, and card corner of 4 dp, and then the elevation of 2 dp. So it's that, those are the attributes. Okay, so the main attributes is to make this clickable, checkable, and focusable to be true. Then after doing that, I'm going to put now my linear layout inside, because it has to be a single child. And then inside that, we are going to have material, we're going to have a linear layout, so it to be match parent, and the height should be wrap content, and then the color, the background color is white, and it is having the vertical orientation, and padding top is spacing large. That you should have that place where the tick will be placed. Okay, so after doing that, I'll go ahead and put the text, this text here. So I'll put this text there. Then after putting the text, everything here is self-explanatory, I think. Then after putting the text, I'll go ahead and put the description of this text. Okay, the description of the text, let me make this code visible. Okay, so the description of the text is just going to be maybe some lorem. Okay, short lorem. Let me create this short lorem by simply clicking on this one, and then I copy short lorem, just a few words of lorem ipsum, and then I'll just press Alt and Enter, and then say create. I post here the value, and then we'll have that short lorem there. Then after creating the short lorem, I'll go ahead and close the card, and the card is already closed, and the linear is already closed. So that first card is already created. Then let us create the next card, and this next card is going to be just next to this linear layout, of horizontal orientation. So I'll collapse the card and add there another card, this second one. It is just exactly almost the same, but only difference in IDs. So I will not need to again to explain the same thing. So I'll copy and come and paste it here. Okay, and then I pasted in the wrong place. Orientation. Okay, it's supposed to be okay. Did I close this one? No. Yeah, I closed it. It's supposed to be there. Let me see what I did wrong to see that they cannot neighbor each other. Oh, this is supposed to be a card. Okay, I don't copy the card itself. So I will come and get this card and put it next to this one. See, and then we have those two cards. Before we compile them, they may not look great, but after compiling them, they'll look better. So you see, we have those two great cards. Okay, then let us put the last one. Press Ctrl Alt and L, Ctrl Alt and letter L to do what? To organize your code. So after putting that one, we are going to go ahead and now create this third layout. I mean the third card, which is this one. It is exactly the same, but only this one is on bottom and it's having a different ID. So I'll not need to explain it again. So I'll come here out of this linear layout, out of it. So I'll come and put another card, and it is not warning because it is exactly the same card and it's having the same attributes, only that this one is having the attribute of checked to be what? To be true. That's why to look as if it is already checked. So for now, let us run and see what we will come up with. Okay, so we'll click on cards and then we click on checkable, card checkable, and then you see you're having these cards. So when I click on this, it will be like having that kind of material or the kind of a ripple behind it. But if I long press, still it is not what? It does not look to be checkable. It does not. It is not selectable. You see, even if I long press, it's not selectable. So we are going to write the back end code that is going to make it to do what? To be selectable when we long press on one. So to do that, I'll simply come to our backend code. I'm into our backend class of card, which is here. So we're going to do step by step. First of all, we'll need to create this toolbar. Okay, initialize toolbar. Let me just put that function. That will be just copying it and paste it. Initialize toolbar, and then I'll copy that function and paste there. So this initializing toolbar, that is a common thing that we've already seen. That makes our toolbar to appear. Okay, so I'm going to put also this on menu click, so that you should be able to create a toast when someone click on something, and you should be able to do what? To create a back option when someone clicks back on a back what? On back icon. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and create now, after initializing toolbar. That is not about the cards. Okay, then you're going to do what? To create you're going to first bind the first card, the second and the third. You see, you're going to bind them here. Just material card view, card 1, card 2, card 3. That is self-explanatory. I believe you can do that by just finding them from what? From the layout, find view by ID, using the IDs. Then after, I'm going to make this first card to be checkable. To make sure that this one is working, I'm just going to manually make it what? To make it checked or selected. And how do we do that? By just simply saying card that you click on, and then you say set checked, and then you'll just make it true. You can go ahead and say card, and card, for example, card 1 dot you see, is checkable, is checked, is dragged. You see these options, you can find them here to check if a card is selected or not, and what the other option is done on this card. So you can come and play with those ones here. So by default, I make the card number 2 to be checkable, to be checked, and then I'll start doing what? I'll start creating this logic of toggling them. So I'll create here dot set on long press click listener. I see card 1 dot set on long press click listener. Then I see, you see here, on long press click listener, I check if it is selected, I make the card to be selected. If it's not selected, I make the card to be, if it's not selected, I make the card to be selected. If it is selected, I make the card to be not selected or to unselect it. So that's how I write that code. Okay, just set on long click listener and then put set checked. If not, you pass here the condition. If not is what? If, you just pass the opposite. If it's not checked, it will return true, then here it makes it opposite, then it becomes false, and then it will set the result. If it is checked, then it will turn opposite, and then it will make it true, and it will check here the card result. So that's what we do. So I can do the same to card number 2, and I do the same to card number what? To card number 3. So by doing that, long press the center, and then I will go ahead and run the code, and you'll see we'll have fixed that problem of the cards not being checked. Now they'll be checked when I click on them. There we go. Now I click on cards, and I click on what? On checkable. You see, this one's already checked. Why is it already checked? Just because we set these selected to be checked. This function, we checked it manually here. So I can check it by long pressing. I can check it by pressing. See, long press to be checked, long press to be unchecked, like that. So that is how we can create this kind of card states. Like we can do what? We can play with them. We can switch one card from one state to the other, and using the back end we can tell the card is selected or not. And you can think how you can implement this in your different project. Don't just leave it here, but just think how you can implement it in a different project. So for this video we'll stop from there. In the next video we'll look at more information about Android cards, and I hope it was helpful. If it was, you can as well find the source code on the link in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. If it was, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, and also like the video if it was helpful to you.